Hello, Hammers of War. Here's my pride video now of all the stuff that I've actually gotten done. I got this 3D printed terrain for, I want to do a setup like the Leviathan video, where it's a really alien looking jungle, and then the Space Marines are fighting the Tyranids. So I got that painted. This stuff, I wish these stalagmites were bigger. I actually told the guy that if he printed out some bigger ones, I would buy them. And some more of those alien plants that were 3D printed. And then just some cheap, already colored terrain that looks like fan palms that I can use for that. And then some of my third edition, sorry for the glare, some of my third edition plants that I just need to assemble. And I don't really count stuff that's been built in a pile of shame because for me, building it is way harder than painting it. I enjoy painting it. I don't really enjoy building it that much. And sometimes I have problems, right? Because I like drop stuff and then have to hunt for it, little pieces. My Lumineth, I really like the way that turned out. Very simply painted, just primed and just a little bit of paint on it. I try not to use like too many colors to make it easier. I have my Canoness from Sisters of Battle there. And then I have, as in my kill video, my stuff for measuring kill team. And then I didn't put this in my shame video, but I have all these bases, of course. And I use a lot of acrylic, I'm sorry, epoxy that's spilled on the tables when I'm teaching young people how to mold stuff and they overflow the molds. All that stuff I get off of the table with the razor blade. It comes off clean and everything, doesn't ruin the table. And I use that for basing. And then I have those little barricades or whatever they're called for kill team. I don't think I've made a video about these yet. And I'm still kind of working on them too. And then my Necrons that I've just recently painted with iridescent paint. My doors that I made a video of. The little quantum nodes. A little step ladder for the landing pad that I'm going to use in a video I want to make with Necrons talking as they're walking through terrain. I like to make my terrain not stand out very much, kind of be in the background. And then my Chronomancer that I just built, that I'll soon paint, and my Vox antenna that I just built, which I'll paint very simply with the airbrush as soon as it's a little bit drier, and make a video about it. And then I always like to make sure I have a place for the train that I buy. And pretty much once I've built the stuff from the Chelnath expansion to kill team, I will have all I need for 40K or for Age of Sigmar. Sorry about, I have a man working on the door. So I definitely, now I know I have this stuff out here, but I definitely like to keep stuff dust-free. So I always have to have a dust-free place for my stuff that I painted and assembled. So it's good that even my pile of shame is not dusty. It's in that container. So there is my landing pad, a bunch of stuff for Fronteras, including the the Hab bunker, and then a bunch of stuff for Age of Sigmar. And I'll be putting books in here. That way I can build it up and still have stuff on top of it. And then these things I can be using to more advantage to have stuff on top of it, right? The weapons were gifts. I don't really buy weapons. And then I love this, especially since I found a use for the slider boxes that didn't work out that good for Magic the Gathering that I just bought a ton of. Now, a couple of these are broken from falling that I need to repair, but this keeps them dust free, and I just really like these little slider boxes. I got them from BCW, Baseball Card Warehouse. And let's see, we have Magic the Gathering Arena of the Planeswalkers. Stuff painted. You can look back at those videos. I have some Soul Blight Vampires, one of which I broke his staff, so I have to repair it. More stuff from Arena of the Planeswalkers. Definitely my first stuff that I painted, so not very good. But I'm glad I started with that instead of started with Warhammer. I'd have a bunch of stuff that I painted in Warhammer that I wouldn't like. So it's definitely better to have Arena of the Planeswalkers, not very good, and Temple of Elemental Doom? I think Temple of Elemental Evil, I'm sorry. Dungeons and Dragons that I painted poorly, so I got to learn a whole lot about it. They certainly look better than unpainted. Diodes from Pariah Nexus. Some more Dungeons and Dragons, and then some the little end pieces for the barricades for Fronteras. There's some WarCry incidental beasts in there. More Arena of the Planeswalkers and Dungeons of Dragons, and parts for different games that fit in there. I have some Nighthaunt, one of which is broken I have to repair. And then I just like these spiders, so I bought them and painted them. I just like them. They're Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Arena of the Planeswalkers. Got a couple Stormcast Eternals that I started painting. I'll probably paint them differently now. This one of the first things I painted. Some more Raptor X from WarCry, incidental creatures. A broken thing from WarCry that I need to repair. And then some Space Marines. More Arena of the Planeswalkers. So definitely I've painted more of that stuff than I have Warhammer, but I'm really glad about it because now I kind of have my technique down that I'm going to use. There's some Nighthaunts and some more Raptor X. And then a whole bunch of WarCry scenery that I painted. I should probably stand up on a ladder so I can show you better. 1 second. See how I mounted these little tombstones? It didn't say in the instructions what to do with these, so I mounted them. This is supposed to be on top of the one of the mausoleum, but I didn't do it. And there's my Warhammer stuff, nice and dust-free. My stuff from the Soul Blight Vampire train. And then some more stuff from WarCry. Lots of terrain. I put the emphasis on painting my terrain. And then that was allowing me to develop my technique so that I could paint the figures with iridescent paint. More Raptor X, more Arena of the Planeswalkers. Let me get back down on the ground so I don't fall making the video. A lot of stuff that I would repaint, but I don't really want myself to repaint it because I like being able to see the evolution of where I've come with my painting. And as far as pile of shame goes, I make sure that I do something every day, assemble something or paint something. If I can't paint because it's rained or whatever and it's too humid, I make sure I assemble something, because assembling something is the hardest thing to psych myself up to do. So last night I came home from work and I was super tired, and I made myself assemble the Vox antenna. And then I assembled the Chronomancer after that. Like, I didn't even think I'd have enough ambition to assemble this. And then it was going so well that I assembled the Chronomancer as well. So just getting yourself started, as it says in a lot of videos, is really the key to this stuff, is to get yourself started so that you can motivate yourself to maybe even do a little bit more. Thank you, Hammers of War.